Live, move, and have your being with Baba Kofi.
Welcome to part 2 of this amazing story. So Maame Kyerewaa has been sharing her 11-year journey of infertility, and we are at this point where she found out she was pregnant, although it took over 5 pregnancy tests to convince her that it was possible, and a blood test to convince her husband that it's actually true. Into Maame, we have found out we are pregnant. We are happy. We are excited. From that, Pocho, what happened?
Okay, so after I found out that I was indeed pregnant, it was all joy. In fact, we were happy. It wasn't an easy thing. And we kept it to ourselves because as Africans, we kept it to ourselves. And then the only thing I said that, God, since you've made this possible, it's beyond my imagination. I never expected to see this. Especially the year that I stopped going to the hospital, taking anything like fertility drugs, and then it has happened. Please, take me through this journey because you made it possible. And then, lo and behold, I passed through the journey. I think 1 month passed, 2, 3 months. It was a smooth journey at first. But when I entered my 7th month, heading to my 8th month, that was when things started to... It wasn't easy. So the doctor said he had no option than to take the baby out.
Please tell us why the issue with your, I know you went through blood pressure, preeclampsia. Yes, please tell us a bit more about that.
Okay, so the preeclampsia, actually, it sets in early, very early. I think when I was 22 weeks pregnant, then the preeclampsia set in. So they tried managing it for me, but at a point, not the way I am married, the way the BP was just shooting up and down. So the doctors called my husband and I and told us that no, we have to choose your wife's life. So we just have to take baby out. My husband said no, this baby must come. Come what me, alive. And then my wife too comes alive, and see. You just treat him and then let's know what God will do. So I had to stop work and then be in the house. They actually wanted me to come to the hospital, no baby, no home. Yeah, but we decided we will be there in the house so that Menan Bay in Tientia or hospital. So I was in the house, taking my medications, going through series of labs. So every Monday I have to go for lab for 400 cedis every Monday, just to check that because of the preeclampsia, I'm not having any issues with my organs and all that, or maybe it's not affecting the child and all that. So we were into that till I think 8 months, 1 week. And then when they checked the baby's weight, the way it was, baby can't come back out alive. Because of the way the BP was. When they check with the scan, what they tell me is the blood supplied through my umbilical cord to the baby. Okay. It's not going as they are supposed to. It's supposed to go. So the child is not having enough nutrients. So it's not growing the way it's supposed to grow. So we have to bring baby out. And then looking at the facilities as Takwa there, the doctor said, no, baby won't survive. We have to refer you to Accra, either Kolebu, UGMC, or 37. So my husband accepted, and God being so good too. We had a doctor, an angel doctor. Then she was with me throughout the pregnancy journey. She's a very good woman. And then a God sent, I must say. And the most interesting thing is Sister Baba.
Yes, and
She's
tell
Dr. Irene. Dr. Irene Owusu Ajiman. Yeah. I think she was also battling with infertility for 4 years. Then, when she met me, I think you even saw her at my naming. And when she left for the naming ceremony, she went and then she took seed. And as I'm speaking, she also has a baby girl, a very cute baby girl. Yeah. And then, what she did from her heart for us, just to save the baby. So, we were referred to Kolebu. I think they tried all the other hospitals. There was no bed and all that, so we have to go to Kolebu. So I spent about 2 months in Kolebu, and then baby came out. And then I think the last scan that I took at Kolebu, they told the lady that was with me that baby was dead. But she did not tell me because of the condition. So I don't know. So I just went because they told me that baby need to come out. So I thought I was going for the cesarean section and come back with my baby. But they told me that baby was not alive. That was what they told the lady, actually. So they prepared me for the emergency cesarean section. They took me in. When we got there, the doctor said, no, this BP is there. We can't do the CSO unless the BPs calm down. So I think they took me to the theater around 10 a.m. in the morning. But I left the theater around 12 a.m. Yeah, the following day because of the BPs. They tried all that they had to do. And I think the doctor told me, madam, this is the last medication, BP medication that I'm letting the midwife give you. If it doesn't work, then I don't know what to do again. I said, it's not me. I'm okay. I'm not tensed. Because I'm happy because I'm going to take my baby. I think they're not one can shame there. Baby was not alive. So me am cranker, me baby, whether preterm or not, I'll be fine because now today, people giving birth to preterm, the babies survive. So I knew that my baby will survive. And then all the scans that I was doing, even when I was at Takwa, all the scans came out as a baby girl. So all the things that I bought was the things of a baby girl. My husband said, man, how home? I said, about a boy. I said, no, it's a baby girl. That was what the scans are saying. And then the last scan that the doctors did at Kolebu, telling me that the baby was dead, telling the lady, they told me it's a girl. So I thought, I'm a baby girl. So we went in and then the doctor said, let's try what we can do because with these BPs, the anesthetist came and then said, madam, I can't give you the anesthesias because you might get shock and die. You might get a cardiac arrest. No, I don't want any trouble. Just go. I said, but you've made me to lie on the theater bed. How then should I get up? I said, madam, you go. Then let them normalize it. So they've done all that. And then even the last medication that the midwife, she was looking at me. She said, why are you looking at me? I said, madam, once I'm not crying, I'm more. I was like, hey, so what is going on? So I just had to get up from the theater bed. So when I was getting down, the doctor entered with the bag and said, I thought you were done with everything, so I'm just coming to. And then the anesthetist told the doctor that, no, with the BPs, I don't want any trouble. And the doctor said, no, do it. Whatever happens, let it happen. So that was what the doctor said.
Wow.
So
at that time, how were you feeling in your mind? What were
yeah,
you thinking?
so
Were you still focusing on the baby,
in fact,
or?
when he said that, honestly, see, I was like, why the doctor? Okay, after all, baby, want to come here. So I just lied on the bed and I said, Lord, let your will be done. All that I know is I'm going out with my baby. So let your will be done. So I lied down. They gave me the anesthesias. I lied down. And then, issue. To me, I did not see that I had any issue. Baby came out. and then they showed me baby. Lo and behold, baby was a boy. I was like, hey. And then initially, they did not show me baby at first because he wasn't crying. So, which means that what the doctor said, they will know. Maybe it might be true. Me, I didn't know. So later they told me that was what they said. So I didn't know what they did, and then later I heard that baby was crying. So they brought baby to me, and then I saw baby. He was a boy. Oh God, thank you. Amazing. So all that the doctor said was, "Obani wait in this one. He had a call NICU." And he said, "Dear Rebecca, be with this one. Baby will be fine." I said, "Okay." So in the morning I rushed, even in my pain. Ha.
You will rush?
I rushed with the CSO. I think they took me from the recovery room to the ward around 4 a.m. So 6:30, and I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
So I was just walking around the bed. I was feeling pain, but now I don't know what baby do. I was eager to see my baby. And then, I just don't know. So I just walked straight to the nurse's table and then asked where the NICU was. I said, I said, no, I need to see my baby. Yeah. After I had me done because of baby in my baby. If not baby, I wouldn't have been here. So they showed me the NICU and then I went. So when I went, they showed me the incubator that the baby was in. And when I saw the baby, I was like, ah, God. I cried, honestly. So the doctor came and then...
Because of his weight? His
weight and then the way he was so tiny. I think they had even written the weight and then everything on the incubator. I checked and then the baby was 0.8. I was like, God, not even up to 1 kg. Yeah. Say, God. So this baby, is he going to survive? And then with the preterms too, I think the boys, actually, the majority of the boys don't survive. They don't survive. Yeah. So I was just there. So they want to make sure. Because wait, who be sadder. That was what I was saying to myself. So they started with the treatment and all that. So in 2 weeks, baby's weight dropped to 0.5.
So at this point, I'm wondering that all the joy and the happiness that you felt, seeing that the weight had dropped for yourself, for your husband, how was it like? And how did it affect your faith in any way?
Okay. It was later that my husband told me that, Ju, truly speaking, I never had faith there. Papa, you would bring him home. To me, I felt like me too much dream. That was what he told me. So, at the NICU there, it's only me and then the dad are supposed to be there. And then I remember my husband came there only once. And then he did not even enter well because he was at the, my boy was the one at the entrance. See, he just stretched his neck, looked at the boy and then just went by. And that was then one, he was coming there, but to enter the NICU, no. He was just coming to see me and all that. But the doctors told us that baby has had an infection, sepsis. So maybe it might affect some of his organs and all that. And that even made me go crazy. So honestly, I'm human, but I lost faith that moment. I lost faith. So it was the lady that was with me. He was one of the women ministry leaders because I don't have anyone to follow me. And I didn't want any family member around me then, so she went with me. And I weighed her spiritually, so I know how she is. And then she was rather encouraged, Mama, be you. Mama, after no you, or survive. So she was encouraging me. Sister Gladys said, sure. I said, yes, she will. I said, no, at this point today, the way I'm afraid, no, I don't think they or survive.
Everybody needs a Sister Gladys in their life.
Oh, of
Somebody
course.
that at a point will encourage you when you lose all
yes.
faith.
And then let me talk about Onosone side. She's a widow. She has been a widow for long. And I think the firstborn was 11 years then. 12 years was 11 years then. And then she's a hairdresser. She has to close her shop and then follow me to Kolebu for getting to 3 months now. We were there. She never visited the house. No, she was there with me. And then when we went, I think a year later, she also got married.
Oh.
She had a husband, and then why an wedding? By the grace of God, she's with the husband. So it wasn't easy then. I lost faith. I will say that. But later, Sister Gladys encouraged me, and then I pulled up again. So I was discharged, but baby was still at the NICU. So I was going there. I was at the mother's hostel with Sister Gladys. So we wake up every night around 11. We were going to somewhere to pray. So that was where we were praying every day, each and every night. We go there to pray. God, let this baby survive. God, do not put us to shame. So that was what I was doing. Me call bonfire each and every day. Although the faith was shaking, but I was praying. See, that was what we were doing. We prayed, and then gradually I found out that baby's weight was shooting up again. See, we even left Kolebu with 1.8.
Oh.
That was, I think it was 2 months, 2 weeks. Then we left Kolebu with a weight of 1.8. To the glory of God. So we went to continue in the house, and then
It's amazing how sometimes the journeys of our difficult periods just seem to get worse and worse and worse. And you begin to wonder, when will this be over? Because to think that after 11 years, I finally got pregnant, and now the pregnancy journey itself is so much wahala, and then after the child that is born, 0.5.
0.5.
Wow. So when you finally brought him
tiny.
home, I remember he was named at 4 months, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's one crowd. That's how tiny he was.
He was very tiny. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll show pictures of him. So when you brought him home at 1.8, I know there was also an issue with the church back home. So just share a bit, you know, what happened.
And when I came, my husband was telling me that some of them, because they were not hearing anything, the Moses of Maame, you had to the way, you had to the soft Maame, you had to the baby. So some of them were trying to come to the house to see if it's really true that I've come. So people were rushing in to see what was going on. And then some came, hey, Mama, na baby, no, then we want to see baby and all that. Oh, because, hey, I found one pedo word in the bed show, I don't know, a lot. In some baby, people were saying a lot. So we do, at the NICU, we do KMC, that's kangaroo mother care. So the baby will be on your chest. So I was doing that, and sometimes I come to the corridor and then walk. So when people see me, hey, so Mommy, we want to see the baby. Oh, one woman, she was even rushing inside to see I'm Sony. This is what you want to see. Okay, so this is baby. So I later heard, hey, so why will buy for all those issues and that, but I forgot about all those things, and then I was, because from where God started with me, Kolebu, me seeing baby at 0.8, 0.5, and then now, 1.8, and we are still counting now. I knew that baby will survive, so I forgot about all that they were saying. So I think I was at Kolebu when we got we had a transfer, and then God being so good, we were transferred from Takwa to Accra. So we were doing our transfer, and Papa said, no, the way things are going, I have to come and show myself so that they will see that Mama is not dead, baby is not dead, I'm alive. So I had to go there. And so they were on worship, and then I got there. So immediately I got down from the car. I did not go with baby, but I was in my white. And then when they had done with the worship and they saw me, oh, some of them were rolling on the floor. And I didn't even know. Some of them were rolling, some were hugging me and all that. It was a big community center that they were doing the program. And the whole place was full of emotions and all that. People were so they started the worship again and all that. So I was crying. It was a whole lot. You could have seen what happened there.
At least I saw what happened on the naming day. That's what it itself. Wow.
Yeah, so
then you moved to Accra.
Yeah, we moved to Accra fully. Yeah,
and so
2022.
We are rounding up the conversation. So just to let us know that we've been talking to Maame Kyerewaa. She's been telling us her story, 11 years of infertility. She had a baby who weighed 0.8 and dropped to 0.5 as a result of sepsis and the trauma that she and her family had to go through. And at this point, we are happy because baby is 1.8 and he's growing. And the family moved from Takwa to Accra. So as we round up the conversation, tell us what happened when you came to Accra, that time leading to his naming, right? And then how the family is now.
Oh, by the grace of God, everything is fine. And then after we came to Accra, we were still visiting Kulebu because of the NICU issues, and then so you have to be there for a year. I think a year before they discharge you. So we were there for a year, and after that I personally started with baby in the house, doing all those things that I wanted to do with him after the Kulebu. So I was making sure baby eats well and all that. And then by the grace of God, everything went on well. So as we speak, to the glory of God, Samuel is very much okay.
When I went to the naming Samuel, and I heard his name Samuel, I said, indeed, he is Samuel.
Yeah.
He was a gift given to you from God. And I am looking forward to seeing him grow and to see the amazing things that he will be doing and God will be doing with him.
He has started already.
He has started already.
He speaks as if someone has told him to. Yeah, so
I had an experience with Samuel this afternoon. Samuel is here, so we are going to see him. I was just walking with him when his mom brought him, and he said that, Auntie, I want to go to Jesus. And I said, you want to go to Jesus? He said, yes, I want to go to Jesus. And I was like, you are indeed Samuel. So can we see Samuel? Can we see Samuel, our miracle baby?
Hey, Samuel.
So as we wait for Samuel, Maame, I want to personally thank you,
Thank you
so
too,
much,
Sister Baba.
so
Thank
much
you. Thank
for sharing this story. It's not easy, to go through something so difficult and be willing to share, but I know that this ministry called LMB, God has purposed for it to be such that we share our stories so that other people will be encouraged as well. I know that a lot of couples out there may be struggling, with infertility. It may be male fertility, it may be female, or it may be a combination. But whichever way, listening to this amazing, amazing testimony, please be encouraged and know that God is able to do it. And in this podcast, we've had sessions that we've discussed medical support, right? Which is also important. We've spoken about psychological support, which is also important. And we were able to offer a bit of that to Maame. But in the end, God did it. And we are here to say thank you to God. And we welcome Master Samuel, the miracle baby. not handsome? And today, how old is he now?
He's 3 years now.
He's 3 years now, to the glory of God. Say thank you, Jesus.
Papa?
Thank you, Jesus. He's shy. If you have a question, please let us, or a word of encouragement, yes.
I also went through that a bit. So I want to know, at what point do you give testimony? Because my own, when it happened like that, my pastor was, go and share a testimony. Because I was carrying twins. Do that. I was like, where I'm coming from, normally you have to see it, the babies, before you share the testimony. So, in fact, I didn't want to do that, but I was forced to do that. So later on, just through 9 months, getting close to the 9 months, I realized that one of the babies is dead. Yes, they didn't. They said they have to take it quickly so that it won't affect the twin too. So after telling me that, I went home to pack my things. On my way, I said, God, I've already given a testimony. And church, they are expecting 2. They are not expecting 1. So I went through to the theater ward, and then they took the baby. That was twin 1. I heard him crying. And later I heard the doctor saying, then it might be twin 2. I said, it's a lie. Because yes, you can hear whatever is going on. I said, they took the twin 2, and then the baby 2 was still alive. So the baby's yes. So I want to know, what point as Christians, is it okay, looking at my story, I use it to bring it back to God, or we should be able to keep it till we see the baby?
What do you think? So she shared her testimony earlier. But what do you think?
Okay, to me, I shared my testimony after Samuel came, and then I was going for the naming. We going to name Samuel. That was when I shared my testimony. You see, even in the Bible, Hannah, after Samuel came, he went to Eli to give Samuel out to the pastor Eli. That was when he started glorifying God and all those. All those things. So I think, to me, the story has to end, and you have to see the end of everything in a good way before you give glory. After all, it's the same church that you glorify, you give the glory to God. So to me, I think that is how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
I guess that unless there has been a specific word or a specific reason why, God is saying that do this, maybe it is to strengthen somebody else's faith. And at that moment, exactly. So it's the reason why it is important to seek direction before we do anything, and not do it because, out of overzealousness, or just because pastor said it. But I always believe that once God speaks to pastor about it, he will also give you the peace in your heart that, okay, let me go ahead and do it. But for you, he said you were forced to. Thank God, although you were forced to.
I don't think yours was a force. Maybe what God was telling the man of God. He told you what he was directed to do. That is why your kids survived.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
So what I want to say is, a lesson for her that she should carry with whatever she's gone through is, when you leave everything to God, that's when he comes in. Because he actually said in the Bible, look, leave all your needs, leave all your burdens to me, and let me just take care of it. But as human as we are like, we can do something about it. And I have a preterm as well. Of course, not 0.8. She was 1.2. So 1. Okay, yeah. So, but when you see her right now, you can't even tell she was a preterm. But I think at a point in time with my second baby, of course, myself and my husband having had the issues of infertility, but then we kind of have had family planning in place where we want to have a baby around this time of the day or this time. The first child, yes, we had something in place. Took it out. I would say probably some few weeks had conceived. The second one, with the expectation of how the first one went, you think, oh yeah, the second one should go in that manner. Then you sit there 2 months, 3 months, like, no show. Then I think at some point in time, I just said to myself, God, I'm not going to bother again. It should happen. If it should happen, it should happen. And I couldn't believe it that when I went to the hospital, the doctor was like, you are 7 weeks pregnant and you didn't know. So that's when I actually said, you know what? I think it's God now. Like I said, just leave it to him. Because if you keep trusting yourself and trying to worry, the worry blocks that opportunity or things to happen in that way. So I think it's a lesson for you. And when people are actually going through all that, I say, you know what? Just stop worrying. We are human. It's difficult that you won't worry. That one, it's very difficult. But when you stop, at that stage that you stop worrying and trust that, look, God, I'm giving everything to you, that's when he actually gets that freedom and that space to actually work in our lives. So that's just a lesson.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to Mommy. Want to go to Mommy?
Thank you, Maame Kyerewaa, for sharing your story. I have a preterm too, but by the grace of God, she's also doing well. So my question will be, how were you funding all these medical tests for the past 11 years? And especially because you felt you didn't have anybody around you. How were you getting the money? Yes, yeah.
I'll just thank God and then also thank my husband for that. Because throughout the fertility journey, we going to the hospital and all that, he never asked for a penny from me. And even in the church that we are, if it comes that maybe it's an emergency case, your wife is sick, your kids are not feeling well and all that, they can help. But being it's infertility, no, it doesn't go that way. So it was funds from the side of my husband, and thanks to him. God bless him.
Okay, so rounding up, thank you so much once again, Maame Kyerewaa, for sharing your story. I know this story would inspire many families, and I'm looking forward to even the miracles, that will come out as a result of the story that you have shared. So thank you for joining us today for Live, Move, Have Your Being podcast with me, Baba Kofi. Please like, share, and if you have a pregnancy tale or a fertility issue, kindly share in our DM and we will contact you. Thank you, and I'm out.
Live, move, and have your being with Baba Kofi.